Hey, what's going on everybody? Frizzle here, and welcome back to another episode on Frizzle's World. Today we're gonna get going on building the killing mechanism and collection mechanism, killing platform and collection mechanism for the hostile mob farm that we got here. I think what I'm gonna do, I think I said one of the previous episodes that I'm scratching the idea of making this making this a switchable farm so I can get XP. I think I'm just going to go to the Nether and build a zombie pigman farm and use that, and that'll get me gold and stuff too. So I think we're going to do that with that. So this, see a chicken. We're just going to build a fairly simple platform. I mean, it's some of the timings will be complicated, but I've already worked it out in a different world. I built this in my last world. It's just going to be a platform just like this without the, well, actually most of it will be here too, just like this out of those magma blocks. That way anything that survives the fall will die anyway. And then we're going to flush it with water into sort of a central drop shaft, and it'll drop down. Conveniently this is going to be in the middle of our storage system down there, so it'll just drop straight down into there. That'll be pretty cool. So it'll take a while to get going with that. I've already collected, I think, most of the materials, and of course we're gonna collect it all. Just I think with mine carts underneath. I got most of the materials. I think I might need some more magma blocks. I didn't work out how many it's gonna take. I'll just wing it and place them down. We'll see what we got. Before we do that, though, I'm getting sick of my gear running down like this. You know, new pickaxes, I can always make new ones, but the wings, I only got so many, and I don't want to keep repairing them and dealing with phantom stuff and everything. So we're gonna go. We're gonna get mending on these. Hopefully, at least a couple of these we'll get mending on. That way, I don't have to keep replacing them. There is a village off that direction. So we're gonna head over there and trap those guys and start trading and get some mending books. Getting dark here. Let's go to bed. I love having the wings, so that's why they're wearing out. I keep flying everywhere. You can see here I got the basis of the pyramid that we're gonna build here. This isn't exactly the form that it's gonna be in. Of course, to be sort of accurate to like Mayan pyramids, it'll have to be a little different. But getting that started out here, or at least outlined, so I have a general idea of how it's going to go. My original plan, it was going to be way bigger, and it was just going to engulf, like, this whole island is going to be insane. So that's what we got going. It's going over sort of a hill that I've already started digging out underneath here so that we can hollow everything out, and then the storage system's going to run all the way around the perimeter, and then it'll just sort of spiral up and up and up as we need it to go. So it'll be, I think, easy to expand the way I'm planning this out and everything. So that'll be pretty cool, I think. Oh yeah, came down here to go to bed, duh. So at any rate, we're gonna go over to that village. We're gonna trap some of these villagers, get trading, and find some mending books so I don't have to worry about my tools and my wings. That's the one thing. And I only have 2 of these right now. I don't wanna to wear them all the way out. Hello? I just heard an Enderman. Hello? That was weird. Yeah, I'm going to get going over to that village, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. All right, guys, here we are in the village. It's right next to this mushroom island biome, which is pretty cool. And it's itself like attached to the island, so it's completely surrounded by water, so it might be easy to protect. Which, I don't know, might be kind of interesting in the future for an iron farm or something. We'll have to see about that. But at any rate, this is the village. Luckily, there's a whole bunch of hay bales laying around everywhere, and there was already a farmer guy, this dude here, who was trading wheat. I don't know if that's a good deal, but I traded a bunch with him to get the emeralds, because in here, I trapped a dude and made him a librarian. Only took 3 or 4 days of placing this stupid thing to finally get a mending one. But I got him for 20. That's not too bad for mending right off the bat. And of course, we can do the whole zombie curing thing to get them cheaper and stuff. So we'll mess with that stuff later. We're going to focus on that, getting our hostile mob farm put together and finished up. But for now, we can put the mending books. I already got the books. We can put those on the gear that we want. Here they are. Whoops. Well, I'll need that. No, I don't. Not for the anvil. And then first off, the wings. There we go. Mending on the wings. And then I think the silk touch pickaxe. Next, I use that the most. Only costs 5. Sweet. Now we got these all ready to mend up for us when we collect XP. That'll be great. Now I don't have to worry about them breaking. I can actually use my wings to fly up and down to build that killing platform and collection mechanism. So, all right, guys, that's all I want to do over here. So we'll be back over at the main base, and we'll finish up that mob farm. I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, here we go. We got all the mob farm collection system set up here. I set it up with a bunch of, what are these things called? Magma blocks down there to kill anybody that survives or spawns and wanders onto there or whatever. I moved the clock down there to make the system work right. I'll show you that down there. And this is just a delay, a simple delay, you know, a bunch of repeaters to make the sequence work out because it's all based off of the same timer. So we've got the, oh, I love that I can fly now. We've got the, these platforms that will flush off as the timer activates up there and then flushes all the mobs down onto the magma blocks here, where most of them die from fall damage. Occasionally some will survive, but they just stand there and die in no time at all. So it's pretty effective. You got to go out and get all these things. Kind of sucks, but once you go to the nether, I found one single pocket of magma blocks that was this, all these, plus more that I didn't put out and more that I didn't even mine up. So there's tons of them in the nether. Once you actually venture out and find a pocket of it. Down here's where the storage and timer is. For now, I'm just storing everything right here. Got a simple impulse sorter here, overflow proof, so I don't have to worry about it overflowing, and everything can just overflow into this chest here. Same timer as I had before with this sort of comparator burnout deal, and then a pulse lengthener, and then 2 columns going up, one to activate the dispensers for that, and then one to activate the dispensers for that. We'll turn this on. I'll show you exactly how this works. Where's the switch? Over here. It's pretty cool. I kind of like how this ends up working out. Whoa, that was close. If you, we'll go up here and we'll see exactly how it works. So the, like I said, it's all based off of one signal. So all the mobs fall off of there and die. Well, not all of them die. Most of them die. Any of them that don't die from fall damage, like I said, will die from burn damage or whatever damage they call that on there. And then these dispensers will activate and it flushes everything down. It's kind of cool because it does it in a spiral motion. So if you watch, especially from above here, all the items sort of spiral around. It's kind of cool. It also seems to prevent things from getting stuck in the corners. Occasionally something will get stuck way off in the corner here, like if a spider falls off and dies way over here, it's going to get stuck and lost, but it doesn't happen a whole lot, so it's not a big deal. But this sort of swirling motion that this produces tends to get rid of that. Even items, if you watch here, water will flow different directions there, and it sort of jostles the item out of there after after a couple sequences of flushing. So I really like this system. It's big, but it's relatively simple. It just collects into hoppers down there. So yeah, that's what we got here for the hostile mob farm and storage. Like I said, for now it's here. Eventually we'll drop it down into the main pyramid that we're going to build down there. But yeah, for now we're just going to leave it all up here. I don't need a whole lot of it. Now that I have wings, which is awesome, like I said, I'm so excited about it. I can just fly up here and get them real quick. It's not like before when I had to climb up here. It's like an ordeal just to come up here. It sucked. So now we're going to have to work on our storage system. Oh, whoops, I got to go turn that off. So one thing about this, we're using all the dispensers and everything. You have to remember to turn this off before you unload these chunks or anything, because it'll mess up the sequence of the dispensers, and they have a particular timing to them. So you know, if the sequence gets messed up, then the mobs don't die efficiently, I guess. And then, like we saw earlier, we're going to have the storage system down in here. I made a bunch of colored shulker boxes. And I got to finish digging this out. But we're just going to start the storage system, I think, off in this corner along this edge here and swirl our way around. And it's going to go around and up the whole pyramid, and it'll sort of take up the whole outer edge of the inside of the pyramid once we get that built. And that's going to be the whole storage system. It ought to be able to hold, if I want to, every single item in the game. I'm going to have room for every item if I want. And I'm going to start at the end and work my way towards the beginning, using similar as what we did up there with an impulse sorter. You can work your way forwards or backwards with those. You just got to, decide where you're going to either start or end. And so I'm just going to sort of start it in the middle and then and work my way until I decide which side of this thing's going to be the front, or if I'm going to have sort of multiple front sides. I don't know. We'll figure that out at some other point. Yeah, it'll sort of just evolve as it goes, and that's we'll get it figured out. I'm not worried. I ain't worried. I ain't scared. We'll get it figured out. That's all I got now. I will bring you back once I have a little bit more done with the storage system, and we'll see you in a sec. Alrighty, I am back, and where's the door here? I'm gonna put a new door in. Experimenting with some floor ideas here. It's actually been a little while because I've done a lot. I've dug this whole area out, and I built the whole first layer of the storage system, which actually took quite some time because, as you can see, there's a lot of iron, a lot of chests in it. I had to go build an iron farm and a wood farm. If we go over this way, over here by our village, where we started trading and everything, I put a bunch of beds out to expand it so it doesn't die. Uh-oh, not a rockets. I built a small iron farm here, which is, I find it kind of funny. With the last update, Mojang was supposed to make iron farms a little more difficult, but in reality, they made them much more efficient. That's all that it takes is this setup, and it produces almost as much as an Iron Titan. It's insane. So I built the iron farm here. Oh yeah, I don't have any stored up because I took it all back to base. But yeah, all the storage right here for it. I built this so that I can expand it if I want. I think I can put 5 or 6 of these little modules in a vertical stack, so that they don't merge together and still, and it would produce tons of iron. That's something I can do later on. It produces just plenty now, so I'm not too worried about any of that. Let's grab some rockets here. Starting to get myself organized with my ender chest. Come on. So yeah, like I said, I expanded this village a little bit so we can get back trading later on. That's going to come pretty soon. I want to build up my armor to be a little bit better, a little more robust. I don't have feather falling, which is kind of ridiculous, but we'll get that fixed pretty soon. At any rate, the storage system is well underway. I've got about half of it set up here with, or organized how I want it to be. You can see I've got, like I said, the whole first layer set up. Over here's our building blocks and woods. Got them in alphabetical order. Gonna be hyper organized about this kind of stuff. Okay, hello. Precious blocks over here. Diamonds, iron, emeralds, all that kind of stuff. I've got redstone over in this corner. That's one cool thing about this storage system. I'm going to be able to fly from end to end in it. I don't like how, far across everything is, but the ability to fly through it makes it real quick. So yeah, at any rate, got all the redstone stuff here, some sort of random useful blocks over here. Over in here, the redstone blends into the nether items, and this will be like, obviously haven't set this up. This will be nether stuff, and then end stuff, and then I think I'll have food stuffs over here, and this corner is probably going to be like random blocks. It's, as I go on, it gets a little more random on this leg here, as I put things that I want on the first layer because they're useful, but I don't have a good way to organize them. So that always seems to be my challenge about these storage systems, is organizing them so that it makes sense and is also useful. But as you can see, impulse sorter system here, it takes up quite a bit of room when you do it this way, and you end up with, it's like, I don't plan on ending up with 2 double chests of gold ore or gold blocks or, you know, a lot of this stuff. Certainly to the diamonds, that'd be nice if I had 2 chests of these, but I don't plan on doing that. But it gives me the flexibility to. And I've tried the some other systems like Tango Tech storage system. It's much more compact. You know, you can fit everything that I fit here would fit on like a little wall. But then you wouldn't have as much storage per item. And I tried that in my last world, and I found it pretty challenging to organize it. I couldn't make up my mind on where things would go and how much space to have for stuff. So this way, it's pretty flexible, and you can always go down a little bit with it if you need added storage. And then additionally, in these corners, there's some flexibility. Like in here, I use the 1 slime block to indicate that slime blocks are here and slime balls are over here. So I can reduce the number of item frames I use. I don't want to use too many item frames because they cause a lot of lag. But in some cases, it's practical because, you know, I don't want to blow up my storage system. So that gets an item frame. And in the other corner here, I can have something that I need a lot of storage for, like stone. I'm going to have so much of this. And so I can have tons of chests of stone right here in the storage system by utilizing it in this corner. That's the one place it's not organized. Like I made all this alphabetical except for stone being in the corner. It's a special case, so it gets to go there. But then all this is alphabetical order. Got our logs and our planks. They're in alphabetical order. And then, you know, slabs, stairs, they'll be in a different section. I'll sort of be able to keep to sections like wood can go up as we tier up the storage system. You can see here we got the second layer. This is just an experiment so far. Just want to see exactly how I want to set this up and what it's going to be like. I think I'm going to be on this level here with chests like this. That'll give us plenty of headroom here, and we can do some hanging lighting. It'll be pretty nice, like what we got going on here. Like I said, we'll further expand this and get some more of the organization, and then it's going to go up and up and up and up as we have less and less used items. Once again, we got some experimental floor ideas here. Not sold on this one, just sort of seeing how it fits. I'm going to have to come up with an overall theme for the interior here. I kind of want to make it like jungly. That's why I've left this here, is I want to see about having like a wild interior. It'll be, you know, overgrown and sort of have an outdoorsy feel, but it'll actually be the interior. But I'm sort of split on doing that and then an ultra refined interior where it's highly organized, and then maybe the exterior will be the overgrown part. Not quite sure. I'll have to experiment, you know, maybe I'll do a corner here that's real nice and organized, and I'll do a corner somewhere else that's real jungly or overgrown or whatever, and we'll see, you know, what I like. I decided to go with doorways on each side of the system here due to just the fact I want access from every angle. I don't like having to, you know, go around to one entire side to get into it. So eventually we'll have doors on all sides of it. And I think one of them, or maybe 2 of them, will be like main doors. Certainly this one. Is that what I did over here? No, that's not what I did. One of these is going to be a main door. I think that'll be wider than the rest. I'm already messing it up. You know, maybe they'll all be just 3 wide. Let's go with that. There'll be 3 wide doors. Partially just to fit the items I wanted into these edges. They were going to be 5 wide, but it actually looks a little awkward being this low, but 5 wide. And then I wanted the extra space on this bottom layer for certain things, like to make all the stone and woods fit right there. It had to have an extra 2, and then to make these fit properly, it has the extra 2, although I could have fiddled around with this a little more. Alright, I think I'm going to call that an episode for now. It took me quite some time to gather up all these items to build this up. It was something like 14 stacks of iron blocks that I needed, and a couple chests worth of wood to have the materials to set all this up. But now that we got it, we can just keep rolling with it. And there won't be any delays in gathering materials, at least for the storage system. I might have to get materials to actually store, but I can actually at least build up the storage system. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. And if you know somebody else is going to like it, go ahead and share it with them. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. See you later, everybody. Bye.